Hey guys, Joan Shriver. I'm just going to introduce you a little bit to Blackboard, show you how to navigate. I know that down here there's some basics for students. These are great videos. I've watched them all. They're pretty good if you want to learn a little bit more about Blackboard. But I'm going to get you acclimated to at least a little bit on this introduction page or the landing page for Blackboard. And then I'm going to take you into our course or a course similar to ours so you can see what's going on. Under the resources, I think it's really kind of important. A couple of things are important here. The TCC, Tutoring at TCC, if you click on that, takes you actually to a place where you can find out where there are labs or where you can get assistance in all your different classes. So for us, we're going to go into the computer science link. Click here. We are on the Northwest campus, so I really prefer that you use our particular information technology lab. The other ones are there and you can use them, but the one on the Northwest campus is most familiar with me and what I'm looking for in my projects and things like that. I work with them closely and have for years. They're a lot of fun. You just click on this link here. You click, once you're into their area, this is called the navigation panel. You're going to click on enter an online tutoring session. You'll click there. And if you click this link here, it will take you into Collaborate. You enter a name and you join your session. Once you're in here, give it a second. You're going to raise your hand to let them know you are in there. Once you go out, you can leave that session and go back and do whatever you need to do. So that's how you get to the tutoring session for the Northwest campus. I have links in our course as well, but there is one right here on the main page. You could also add it as a favorite up to your toolbar at the top of your screen. That way, if you ever needed to reach them or if you were going to start using them a lot, you would have them right at your fingertips. The Collegian is our newspaper. You can always click on that. The VDI, the TCC's virtual desktop infrastructure. These are going to be for anybody can use them. But this is particularly for the Mac and the Chromebook users. Because for my course, you don't have access to Office 2019 and or Windows. So this particular area, the VDI, will be the thing that will do that for you. Once you click on the VDI, there are tutorials that will walk you through it. The Northwest IT Lab will walk you through it. They'll help you work in that area, but you'll be working out in a cloud area. I also want to show you what's happening, TCC's happenings. We have a device loan program, especially now that we're all online. We also have, let's see, this is another thing that talks about the VDI. And then there's a link, voting transportation. We do have free bus service with your student ID to get out to Tarrant County College Northwest campus. If you're interested in the free Office 365, which should install a local copy of Office 2019. This is for the PC Windows-based system. You'll click here. You must use your Tarrant County College email to sign up for this for it to be free. So let's go into a class, a COSC class, and look around. So I'm going to put myself in student view so that it kind of looks like your view when you go in. First thing you'll hit is my home page, the landing page. And I just have some information here. Look around. There are announcements. If I've announced anything recently, you'll see it here. But I also send emails when I post announcements, so you'll get information about that. If Tarrant County College sends out some things, you'll see announcements there as well. Here's some standards, guidelines, and information, and then policies and other information for on-site classes. Probably the biggest takeaway here is that you want to probably sign up for the alerts so that if the campus is closed, you don't drive out here for some unknown reason to find out that we're not holding class. No children are allowed on campus. It's just a district policy having to do with the fact that we can't be liable if something were to happen. Student conduct is out here, student services, what services are available. I want to just mention this quickly that we do have licensed counselors that you can talk to, as well as they will help you find resources if that's what you need. So anyway, okay. In our course, this left-hand side, this is called the navigation panel, and I've broken it out into a couple different sections. I have a welcome section, so this is just a brief overview from like a 30,000-foot view of things that are going on. I have a course content section, and this is an area which you'll be working in regularly. If we're online, we'll meet and collaborate. There are weekly folders that show you what you need to do. And then we have something down here called student resources, and these are just resources that are available to you as a student. So let's just kind of pull this apart a little bit and take a look. So we're on the course homepage. I have a little banner saying, hey, welcome, glad you're here. The first thing you're going to want to do when you get into my class is you're going to want to take a look at this Start Here orientation. This section just kind of gives you some information, an overview of the course, what textbooks are required, what my attendance policy is, what I expect out of you as a student, and then as well as discussion board etiquette so that you know how to follow the rules, what my grading scheme is. The biggest thing to take away here is that finding help. I can only help you with content. I cannot help you with the platform. So we work in Blackboard. I can't help you with Blackboard. You need to go to the tech support. They're there 24/7 and they will work with you. If you're having a problem in MindTap, which is Cengage Unlimited or Cengage, our publisher's website, we use MindTap. If you're having issues with that, you need to reach out to them. I cannot help with platform issues. I can only help with content. And then the very, very first week of class, there will be an assessment down below here. It's already gone for this semester. It's only open for a week. It's 100 points. If you miss it, it's gone, but it's 100 points. So take your time. It's about 10 to 12 questions. And it's just asking you about an overview of the course, things like, do we have books? Is there an attendance policy? Things like that. It's multiple choice, unlimited attempts. Just be sure to get out there and get it done. Another thing under the welcome section or the next section would be announcements. I always have a welcome to my course. Gives you a little bit of information, and then it gives you a link to the Roadmap to Success piece. And then there are just some other announcements. I will tell you, read through these, but I will tell you that as I add announcements, every time I add an announcement, you will receive an email in your inbox to come out and check this area to see what new announcements are posted. They'll also be posted on that main page right up here when you first come into Blackboard. So you'll see if I have announcements, they should be up there, new announcements. The syllabus ICR, this is basically the contract. You have a link to the district syllabus as well as a link to mine. My contact information is right here. I'm no longer in this office. As of December 2020, I understand they're going to be tearing me down. Well, tearing my office down, the building down. But this is just the ICR or the syllabus. And a syllabus is nothing more than a contract between you and me and the district of what information I will give you the opportunity to be exposed to. This is your journey. You need to write it the way you want to. So there's the syllabus. And then my roadmap to success, it's the course schedule. This is it's subject to change. Typically it doesn't. If it does, I'm usually adding something that I've overlooked that you know about. It's not a big deal, but if you have a printer, I would strongly encourage you to click on this PDF right here and print that. Okay. The next section is course content. I think this is kind of important. Again, this is the navigation panel. By the way, if you can't see the navigation panel and your screen looks like this, hover over this section over here, okay, and you'll see the arrow. If you click on it, the navigation panel will come back up. So under the course content, I have collaborate. This is where we meet if we're having a face-to-face conversation. Since we're going to be asynchronous for the most part next semester, probably won't see you there much. But if we need to meet, this is where I would meet with you. I would either set up a session or we'd meet in the course room. Up here is a menu in Collaborate. And if there are recordings in our session, you can click here to see previous recordings that took place that maybe you weren't available to attend. And so that's navigating Collaborate. The weekly folders, usually there's 16. We've already gone through a few weeks already. But inside each weekly folder, there will be things that'll tell you what you need to do for that week. So we're on we're finishing week 7 now, but let's just take a look at this week 8, okay? Got some information here. You need to work on Lab 8. You need to read the concept module number 10 on networking, and then you need to do the TFS, Technology for Success piece. So typically you'll do some reading and then you have some questions. You might have a video or a couple of videos, you have some questions. They're gradable events, so you need to be sure to take care of those every week. Under the labs link, this is where you're going to find the labs. There are 12 of them, I believe. I'm going to say yes. And in each folder, of course, we're past the first 4 labs. In each folder, it will show you what's assigned for that lab. This is all practical work. It's going to tell you which modules to read in MindTap and what the lab number is. It'll tell you what to read, what's being covered, what module you're working on, what the topic is, and then it will give you the project names or the assignment names, which you're going to complete for that particular lab. So that's under your labs link. The other thing you're going to find here, how to work textbook projects. I have a video on that, how to access videos, okay? I have some information about it, and then how to contact tech support should you have problems with your labs in MindTap. On that platform, I cannot help you. I can only help you with content. If you have questions about labs, I'm here to answer them. Also, the Northwest IT Lab, they're very familiar with the assignments. They're more than willing to work with you and try to help you stumble through them. We have a discussion board the very first week of class. It's open for about 2 weeks. You're going to introduce yourself to the class. This is available through weekly folder 1, under weekly folder. If that were open, you'd see it. Otherwise, you could come in here and do it as well. We have one group project that is due at the end of the semester. I'll go over that in great detail, and I'll have a video posted in here that will talk to you about that. It is a group poster. There is no I in the word team or group, and so hang in there. It's kind of a fun thing, and I look forward to seeing what you guys do with that. Under the exam links, we have 2 physical exams, one in week 6 and one in week 11. You'll come in here, you'll click on that link, and it will take you into MindTap to that exam. So how exams are graded, you'll be doing reading in the Technology for Success, which is the concept portion of this course. There are typically 4 modules that are due before each exam. You'll do the activities in those 4 modules. Those activities equate to 100 points. That's 50% of your exam. The other 50% of your exam will be a practical application. So in this case, your very first one will be on Word. It's worth 100 points. And what I do is I take these 2 grades, the practical and the concept portion, average them together, and that's what gives me the final grade for your exam. First exam will be over Word, the second exam will be over Excel. Your group project will prove evidence or mastery, demonstrate mastery of your skills of PowerPoint. So more on that later. Under student resources, these are just resources available to students. If you need to go into MindTap, this is a way to do it. Of course, each folder and each assignment also have a link to it, but this is MindTap. It'll show you how to create a MindTap account. It will take you into our course inside MindTap. The biggest thing you need to do or understand is that you need to turn off your pop-up blockers. If you're working on the VDI, the virtual desktop infrastructure, you cannot do that. It's already taken care of for you in the background. But if you're working on a PC, on Windows-based, you need to know how to do it. Here's a short YouTube on Chrome, how to do it in Chrome, and how to turn off your pop-up blockers in Firefox or Mozilla. Again, tech support. I cannot help you with MindTap. I cannot do anything for you. Content, I can talk to you about. How MindTap works, if you're having struggling problems with it, anything like that, I might be able to help you navigate it. So can the Northwest Campus. But if you're having problems with uploads or anything like that, you really need to reach out to Cengage Tech Support. Emailing, this is probably the biggest thing students don't understand. This is where you're going to send emails. You can send it to all users, all groups, all teaching assistants, but the ones you're going to be really focused on are, if you want to send everybody in the class an email, you click on all student users. If you want to send one to me, you can send it to all instructor users. Then if you don't want to send it to the whole class, but you want to talk to somebody in particular, just a couple of people, something like that, you can go in and select your users. I'm just going to show you on instructor user what it's going to look like when you get in there. So if you're going to send me an email, you can click on this. It'll show you who it's being sent to. In this case, it's coming to me, and then who it's from. In this case, I'm sending it to myself. But it's also going to include my address, joan.shriver@my.tccd.edu. I am going to ask you, as I do in other parts of this course, only send emails to me at this address using your @my.tccd.edu email. Reason being is that's where we're supposed to communicate with you as students. It's monitored by the district, so if anything happens or there's some weird communication, anything like that, then they're on top of it and they have access to it. You need to give me a relevant subject. Please don't just reply to some email I sent you unless that subject is relevant. If it's not, then I'm going to kind of question why you're sending me an email if your email has nothing to do with the subject that you're sending me, okay, the question you're asking. You're going to create your email here. I need email etiquette. You have to say, hey, Ms. Shriver, or hi, Professor, or whatever, however you want to greet me. You need to greet me. Tell me what you need, and then you need to put your name. Who are you, or how do you want me to refer to you? So I need for you to put in the signature block. Now, understand when you send this, a copy of this email will be sent to the sender. A copy of this email will be sent to the sender. And this really got me the first time I did it and realized it. I sent an email to someone in a class and it came to my inbox. And I was a little freaked out. So I went and I tried to send it again. And then I realized if I had read the screen, right? We don't do that. We just click and go. It was telling me that it sends me a courtesy copy of everything I send out. So everything I send you, I get a copy of. Anything you send out through this modality here will send you a courtesy copy. So just be aware of that. And then when you're done, you click submit and it will come to whoever. I'm just going to cancel out of this, get back in my screen. So just be aware of that. That's how you do emails. I have some how-to videos, links. This is how to zip files. We don't have to do that this semester. I don't have you doing this anymore, but if you want to understand how to compress files, here's your opportunity to take a look and see how that's done. I have some email etiquette rules. I read this, okay? I need for you to be polite. I need for you to be courteous. I need for you to be professional. I need for you to practice this. The reason being is when you get out in the real world, that's what they're going to expect, okay? So just read through that. And then I have a how to access, collaborate, recorded sessions. And there I am. Great. Okay. How to. Shared files. Right now I do a first day PowerPoint. I may not do that when we're all just asynchronous. I may. But anyway, if I'm sharing files with you, you're going to find it under this link under student resources. Right now I have a flyer about how to contact the IT lab. Okay, this is their contact information, hours of operation. You can get that on the main page on Blackboard, but I want you to be able to reach out to these folks. They're very helpful. They are there to help you. My grades, that's just it. It's looking in the grade book. If you need to look at your grades, figure out what's going on. Tutoring 24/7. This is of little use to us in these classes. Typically, you tell them what you're having a problem with, they do the research, and then they get back to you later. Problem with it is, it's not really responsive, and it's not real beneficial in this class. I've tried it a couple of times just to see. Your best bet, really, if you need help, is to contact the Northwest IT Lab or email me. If it's an issue, with how to do something. If it's platform issues, again, if you need help with Blackboard physically, check with the Northwest IT Lab, and if they can't help you, then you need to get in with the help desk. If it's a MindTap issue on the platform itself, you need to contact Cengage Tech Support. And then course evaluation. Every semester, about week 6 or 7, somewhere around there, the district's going to reach out to you as students and ask you to evaluate your courses. This link will take you to WebAdvisor to where you can do an evaluation. In this course, you'll be asked to evaluate 2 sections, a lab and a lecture. You only need to do one. I would prefer you do the lecture side, but you just go with whichever one you pick, and I'm fine with that. Understand a couple of things. The evaluation is strictly about me and this course. It has nothing to do with TCCD or anything else. I do not see it until after the grades go final with the district, and it reflects on you in no way, shape, or form by anybody at any time. I'll never know what you wrote unless, of course, you had your name. But I appreciate it if you do the course evaluation because it's the only feedback I get from you as students. It's your opportunity to let your voice be heard. And if it's constructive and you tell me kind of what the problem is or issues you're concerned with or something like that, give me some ideas on how to make it better. That's what I'm looking for. I don't take this course. I just design it and administer it. So this is Blackboard. This is how you navigate. If you have any questions, again, this is the navigation panel. If you can't find it and it's off your screen and you're over here working around, something like that, hover over on the left-hand side. You'll see an arrow. Click on it. Your navigation panel will open, and that's it. Any questions? Send me an email. Let me know. Talk to you later. Thanks.